What's up?
Nothing much.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm tired. I'm tired. School just started. I'm not ready. I wasn't ready. So before we start, how's quarantine been?
I'm a very stay-at-home person, so it's been good for me.
I'm an outgoing person, so it really sucked for me. I got a lot of work done though. That's what's good about it.
That is good.
So before we start, you got to play your sport. You get to play your sport. That's exciting.
Yes.
All right, so now we're gonna get started. I'm gonna introduce you real quick. Welcome to another episode of Championship Conversation, everybody. Today, my guest is Miss Avery Fitzgerald. She's the #1 volleyball player in Arkansas. Last year, she had 414 kills, 117 aces, 82 blocks, 238 digs, and 416 serve receives. And they were state runner-up last year over there at Southside. And last but not least, she is a Mississippi State volleyball commit.
Yes.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. You know more than I do.
I tried to cover it all. The reporter's supposed to know just a little bit. Okay, so let's get this started. What made you want to start playing volleyball?
Okay, so what made me want to start playing volleyball, I have 2 older sisters that played. My middle sister actually started before any of us. So I grew up going and watching them play. And then I was like, oh, well, I want to do what my older sisters do. So I was like, I want to join volleyball. So that's why I started.
Well, it looks like it's working out for you. So that's good.
It is.
So I know in volleyball you switch positions. What position do you feel best at?
I actually didn't start being an all-the-way-around player until I was in 8th grade at Ramsey. So I've always been more of a hitter. I really like outside the most. I played middle before I started outside. Outside's definitely my favorite thing to do.
What are some challenges that you face as a volleyball player?
Mainly juggling things between so I have volleyball every day, and then I have workouts with my trainer 3 times a week, and then on top of school. So it's just gets hard juggling everything, but it works out at the end of the day.
Do you enjoy club or school volleyball more?
They're so different in some ways, but there's a lot more you get to do in club. Such I went to Vegas this year and Orlando. You just get to travel a lot with club, and I really like traveling around. So I'd have to say club, but I love school too. So
for all my hoopers, club is like AAU. So
yeah.
I had to make the people know what club was. Okay, and what made Mississippi State feel like home for you?
So when I first started being recruited, I went around to all these college camps, and sometimes it was just they weren't very welcoming. It was hard to get in the rhythm with them, but as soon as I walked into Mississippi State, they were very welcoming. They took me around, and they showed me what it was like to be a Mississippi State volleyball player, and the coaches are amazing. So it's just a very big family-like atmosphere.
That's good. Did you always, when you go away from home, you want to still feel like you have a family to count on? So yeah. I'm glad that you found another family. Okay, so here on Championship Conversation, we ask some business sort of questions, but then we ask fun questions. Yeah. Now we already know the volleyball player, but we want to get to know just Avery, the teenager. So I know you're busy with volleyball a lot. Y'all play twice a week. You probably practice every day. But what are some things that you do in your free time?
In my free time, I love to hang out with my friends. There's not really anything to do in Fort Smith besides drive around. So that's mainly what we do. We listen to music. my house is like the go-to place, so we usually come back to my house and just hang out. So that's really what I do in my free time.
You know, since you live in Fort Smith, you might as well go check out those Northside Grizzlies. That's always something, always fun.
Oh, yeah.
For somebody who's a homebody and then you like to hang out with your friends, those two don't add up.
It's just, I don't like being in big groups of people. I'd rather just stay in with my clique and not. It's like, we're not going out, we're just driving around,
Okay, so when you're at school, what is your favorite subject?
I'd have to say English just because I'm not good at math.
Well, I am the opposite. Even though I want to do journalism, I don't really like English. But I'm good at math. No. Okay, so you said earlier that you like to hang out with your friends and y'all just ride around and listen to music, and occasionally y'all go watch the Northside Grizzlies. But when you're in the car, what kind of music do you listen to?
We listen to everything, but I'd have to, my best friend, she's a very big Taylor Swift fan, and I'm not at all. So we try to go from Taylor Swift to like Frank Ocean, sometimes to like The Baby. It's just like a big mix.
So what I'm hearing is a lot of pop.
Yeah, it's more pop.
And R&B. Okay, I can dig that. I used to listen to Taylor Swift. I don't really listen to her anymore, but it is what it is. Okay, so everybody, do you like Netflix? Like, do you watch Netflix? Some people don't watch it.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so when you're scrolling through Netflix, what are some of the TV shows that you like to watch?
So actually, I just got done with this one show called Cobra Kai. Have you heard of it?
Yes, it's about the Karate Kid. I haven't started.
It's so good. That's what I just got done finished watching. But like basically every other teenage girl, like The Vampire Diaries, Pretty Little Liars. Well, that's not on there, but The Vampire Diaries, American Horror Story.
I've never watched The Vampire Diaries, but I have watched The Outer Banks though. So okay, so what is your favorite home cooked meal and who cooks it?
So my aunt, she cooks a lot of good food, but my favorite nights are when we have like steak. She makes this really good fried squash. It sounds gross, but it was so good. It doesn't taste like a vegetable, it's actually really good.
Fried squash is good. I've had it once or twice, but I mean, it's not my favorite, but I'll eat it though. Mm-hmm. But steak is the go-to move. I mess with you like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hop back to volleyball for a second. On the volleyball court, what makes you special?
To think about this for a second. I don't know. I'd probably have to say my enthusiasm, It's just, there's certain times when we go into these slumps, and if you bring the enthusiasm to the court and you get some momentum, that's what really helps in volleyball, is having like a good attitude, good body language, just like having a good mental side is what I'd say I could bring.
What accessories or equipment do you wear that helps you play the best?
Okay, are you talking about like just little things that I wear?
Yes.
Okay, so I have this one ponytail that I have to wear to every game, and then I have a braid I have to wear in my hair, or else I feel like I won't play good. So that's like one of my superstition type things that I have to do during volleyball.
Who or what inspires you to play well each game?
My family. I want to do good by them. I want to show that everything they give me is making me better, and that they have a big part in everything, especially like my uncle. He has helped me through so much. He gives me everything. So I really like to play just for my family, whoever, you know.
Big homebody, big family girl.
Yes.
So, Avery, that is the end of the conversation. But I appreciate you coming on here and talking to me.
Well, thank you for having me.
You were a really fun guest. Today, I learned that you like steak and you're just like a normal teenager. You don't have anything. We don't have anything to do in Fort Smith, so you just ride around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, occasionally you go watch Northside. I heard you say it. I heard it come out your mouth. I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard that. But all jokes aside, I appreciate you coming to talk to me. And for the people that just got here, this is the #1 volleyball player in the state, and she is a Mississippi State commit. And thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, that will be the end of this episode of Championship Conversation. If you got to watch it on live, that's cool. But if you're watching this on YouTube, on Twitter, and you hear the music going, you see all the edits, that's also cool. I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm Cassius Williamson, and I'm out.